guys, welcome back to the channel with no catchphrase and no production budget, and really no scripting too. Today we're going to talk about this new QR code reader for a Stranger Things Pinball. I've got the back glass off right now. First thing we're going to do is we are going to update the code to the latest code so that this QR reader will work. But what this is Stern has come out with an insider connected, how would you say it? It's really sort of a new world, a new way to understand pinball. Stern's done some great explanation videos that probably really do it a lot better than I do. This video is more about how to actually get the kit installed. But with Insider Connected, you can download an app onto your phone. You create an account, and what it does, it allows you to log in scores up to the internet and compete with other people across the world. The QR code reader is right here. This is what you get in the box. So this right here is, I guess you'd probably say it's an aftermarket box. What will happen is Stern, as they release new pinballs, this kit will be part of the apron and all the new pinballs, I'm sure, from here on out. So what you got in the kit is you've got some of these great little cards right here. This is the QR code reader. You got some instruction manuals. You got a little Wi-Fi dongle set up to connect to the internet. Now you can do this wirelessly, or you can actually connect it through an Ethernet cable. And Stern's really forward thinking in that they've got a lot of these connectors. You can see the Ethernet connector right there in the back box. I do have a memory stick in the board right there now so that we can update the code. While I'm talking, let's go ahead and we'll start updating the code so you guys can see what that looks like. I do have another video of where we're doing that. I'm over here. I got these switches that turn on each of the individual games. The arcade is off right now. It's always kind of sad, isn't it? the problem is when you turn the arcade on, it can be sad too, because you never know if all the games are going to turn on. Right now I'm doing pretty good. I got a little sound blip with Galaga. Twilight Zone is working but seems temperamental. And then my Tempest is dead. I don't know what's going on with the Tempest. And then every so often, where is it? Mario Brothers over here. It'll go in and out and then punch out, man. It was frustrating the last time that I got this, what is it? It's a Super Punch Out board in there right now, and it was giving me problems. So that's just part of having, these games are over 40 years old now. All right, so I got the power on over here. The way you do this with a Stern is you got a little power switch right there. Turn him on, and you can see the game kind of come to life. So I turn the screen up. That's going to be important when you do this so that you can actually read what's happening. This Insider Connected kit was expensive. It seems like everything related to pinball is expensive. So yeah, if you're looking to get into pinball, you definitely do not want to start with Addams Family or buying a new game. They are very expensive. There are a lot of reasonable pinballs out there now. All these right here, the three on the right, Monster Bash, Medieval Madness, and Attack from Mars, are remakes, and they're expensive. I had to sell some games to buy those. Twilight Zone has now gotten ridiculous, but really the Star Wars cockpit is crazy now, and this Environmental Disc of Tron is crazy. It's just the prices. I really wish I had bought a warehouse 10 years ago and just filled it full of games. I mean, even these Miss Pac-Mans and Galagas now can be expensive. They're just, I guess some of it is demand, and they're getting harder and harder to find. All right, what do we got here? We got game code update. So you see, you want to press plus or minus to select the update, and your plus or minus are right here. What I did is you got to pull out this toggle switch that's right here, okay? And then what that does is that allows the game to operate as normally, and you want to do a plus or a minus. All right, so what's going on here? Why is that not working? Press select to update, press plus or minus, choose, select to update, press back to exit. Game code update, Stranger Things. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see what's going on here. All right, here we go. It's just taking a little bit of time. We want to do full update, and we want to verify. That's kind of interesting. That's worrisome, wasn't it? It's kind of like starting a space station and being delayed a little bit. All right, so plus minus, we're where we want to be. Press select to update, and select is this button right here. All right. Press back to exit. What's going on here? I'll tell you, I don't have to get the reading glasses out. All right. Service credit menu. Select. It's black. We hit the wrong button. All right. So I think I hit black to go forward. That's what it was. You got to hit the black button to go forward, and then you hit plus or minus. And we got full yes up there, and then you're going to hit the black button again. And now we're updating. Sorry about that. It's been a while since I've updated one of the codes. So you're just really using the right 3 buttons right there. The red ones are plus and minus. So that will allow you to select between the different updates that you want, and then the black button is the one that's enter that kind of engages it. So there we go. This was a pretty quick update. So I bet what they did with this latest update, it was just the QR code update. This is the limited edition. You can see the projector right there. I don't know how well I'd like the game if it didn't have the projector. That's a really neat feature. The UV lighting is also really pretty cool. Okay, all right. So, interesting. Resuming, it must be in different parts. I can't, I'd have to go back and look how many files that it actually put on the USB drive. All right, we'll let that work for a little bit and be back. While we're waiting, we'll go ahead and kind of get prepared. So we've got to go in here, and we've got to replace this little apron piece right here. Now, this being the limited edition, and it's got the UV kit on it, I am hoping that this works. Now, I have read in a couple different places where, yes, it does work, and other places it doesn't. So we're going to kind of discover this together. In order to remove this purple piece, which looks fantastic, I don't know if it looks as great to you guys or not through the camera, but it's just really, the paint is beautiful. So underneath here, it's hard to see, but there's a latch, and so you kind of got to find that latch. It's down here, and I'll show it a little bit better when it's not as dark. And I know you probably shouldn't be doing this with the game going, but I feel pretty okay with it. All right, so that pops right off. You can see here there's these little clips, and that's what holds it down. That mechanism is pretty similar throughout the years on most pinballs. Then what you do is you just slide the glass down, but now that I think about it, we'll have to wait till that game code finishes, because some of the problem is you slide that glass down and it actually will hit right here. So you kind of got to have the coin door closed. So I was trying to save a little bit of time right there. We'll let this thing finish updating, and then we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're coming up on the end of the update, and there we go. It was a success. Okay, so what you have to do at this point is basically you just turn the game off and turn it back on. So we'll do that. Take the stick out. And all right. Now what I want to do is I want to take the glass off before we get too far. Okay, we got the glass off. Now is the fun part. Some of you guys may enjoy more doing this kind of stuff that I do. I do enjoy working on the games, but this game would have been a lot nicer if it had come with this already installed. Okay, all right, so let's see. Installation of the QR reader. Looks like we're gonna have to pick up the playfield and get the apron off first. So let's go ahead and do that. You can see here we're taking the apron off. They got some very detailed instructions. I may not end up going through all of these. I'm sure there's probably videos out there of where guys have actually gone through and detailed exactly everything that you need to do. But I think essentially what we're doing is taking off this apron and just installing this little guy right here. So we'll get started on that. Okay, I have the playfield up. You just pick it up in the front and literally lift it up. But one of the things the instructions should have told you is to take your balls out first. So there are 6 balls that are actually in Stranger Things. One of the balls is somewhere in the game right now. That was a rookie mistake right there. I need to do that. I was trying to think about how I was going to take this video and pick the playfield up. And when you do that without taking the balls out, they go everywhere. So there are 2 little nuts. One is right here and the other one is right over here. We are going to, right here, we're going to remove both of those, and I think this apron's going to come off. Let's see. Tilted the playfield down. Seems like that's going to be a little bit easier to remove it. I did find the other ball while I did that. Okay, so we removed one of the nuts from this side over here, and then there's another one over here on this side. I tell you guys, if you haven't liked the channel, I would like to buy a new camera. Or if you haven't subscribed to the channel and liked the video, I'd like to get a new camera. I don't know how all the advertising works, but supposedly you got to get to, there's the guy. You got to get to 1,000 subscribers to be able to take advantage of all that. So if you guys could do me a favor, subscribe if you haven't subscribed and hit that like button if you hadn't. I'd like to set a goal of trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Be fantastic. All right, so this guy is coming off, and we'll get the last little. Whew, tell you, man, it's tight up in there. Okay. All right, there's a little washer on there too. It's interesting. Okay. Well, there's a nut and a washer. I didn't see the washer when I had it picked up, but he was on the ground right there. Okay. After that, our next step is we got to remove these 2 screws in the front. We'll go ahead and do that. These are pretty straightforward, just 2 screws. Take those off. And you can actually feel the apron kind of detaches from there. Okay, so we remove those 2, and let's see, it says using the screwdriver unscrew the right side LED board. All right. Okay, so the apron can just be picked up. I did go through, there is a little plug for, this must be the UV kit, the lights for the UV kit. I did unplug it from, you can see the other plug on the other side there, right there. So I did unplug that. That makes it pull up a little bit. It looks like what we have to do is we're going to have to remove this spacer from this LED board, and the LED board is just going to sit down flat. I don't know if we'll have to see. We may have to do it on the other side too. You can see the projectors right there. Kind of neat. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to take 2 hands. There's a screw and spacer, so just taking that screw out, and we'll remove this little spacer guy right here. There is a 1/2 inch screw that actually comes with the kit. The one we pulled out is this guy right here, which he's super long, but in the kit there's a little bitty 1/2 inch screw. I had to look through that packet over there to find it. So I just screwed that right back down. I guess that's the way it wants to go. You can see here they've kind of got the screw and this piece, and it's the hole is actually not anywhere close. I don't know. I guess that's okay. If I wanted to, I could cut this guy off. I'm not sure how tight we really want to get it with those pieces. This must be an LED light here, and I guess it flashes for some reason. I have not noticed that at all. Just remove this little piece right here. He was right there in the apron. There are 3 little nuts. You can see them super teeny right on the back. This thing's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I could probably unplug it. There is a wire over here that goes to the blacklight kit, UV kit that's in the game, but I've got it all zip tied in, so I didn't want to cut those. Okay, so what we do now is take this piece off, and then we put the QR code reader on there. It just fits right over the bolts and you screw it in. I decided to cut the cable ties and get the apron off. The reason being is that this piece, there is not a slot. If you see, there's a little post right there that we have to get that hole over. And this old piece had a slot in it, which made it real easy. So right now what's happening is these LED lights are getting in our way. So those have to come off, and hopefully this piece is going to slide underneath it pretty easily. We'll see. Okay, change of plans. This QR reader does not fit in the slot right here. And the reason for that is I have the UV kit installed on Stranger Things. And this right here was the plate that the QR reader was on. And you can see that plate goes right here. It's in the instructions. So what I did was, I was looking at this apron, and there was a hole in it. And this hole was the exact same size as the QR reader. So what I did was, there are 2 posts right here on the bracket that comes with the kit. So I just simply took the QR reader off, and as it turns out, Stern already had 2 posts that were part of the apron. And so now you can see this QR reader is actually in the apron right here. Now, what's interesting about that, Stern, they give you one of these cards, right? And it's supposed to point up, and the QR reader would be right here. That's where this kit wants you to mount it. So I guess what they're going to do is they're probably going to release a kit that has a special card cut out for the QR reader that really does the same thing, just right. Probably looks just like this. It's got an arrow, says use your code here. All right, so that's it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, I'm going to get it back on the game, and then we're going to start connecting up. We'll connect up the old UV wires, and then it looks like we connect up the Ethernet cable next. So we'll go ahead and do that. What I'm going to do is reinstall this post. It was right here. That allowed this board to sit up a little bit. You can see the board on this side sits up. I think the reason they lowered it with the kit is because the QR reader was going to be right above this, but now that it's moved over, it's going to be right here. So we'll just kind of return this to how it was. Here's what that post looks like. There was actually a little zip tie. I'd left it on there. I hadn't cut it off, so I put that zip tie back on. And what that did is that kind of forced the wire to lay flat up against the wood. So let's hope and see if that QR reader misses that when we put it on. Looks like we're going to be good there. The reader's right here. It should slip right down. Now, I think before we do this, we need to plug in this cable. So let's go down pretty nice. You can see here, we're lined up on the bolt holes. We'll put those in right there. And there were 2 posts. If you remember, we had to pull out. There's post right here and post on the other side as well. So we put those in there. But this thing's sitting pretty flush. It's interesting. Look at this right here. I found this. It says Goonies. I don't know why that is. The wires for the projector, kind of, I'm not completely happy with that, but they're kind of stuffed up in there a little bit. All right, let's get these bolts on here, And then you can see here this cable, the green cable, just kind of connected through and comes through this hole. And we need to find out which board we plug that into. Turn the playfield up. It's a little bit easier to get the nuts on when it's in the upright position. All right, so what we did, and I guess this is more one of those tutorials where you do it and you tell people what you did, but so there's a little nut right here that you put back on, and then there's one right here on the other side. And then what you do, this green cable, is you connect it right over here to this little board, and it's all laid out really easily in the book right here with the instructions. Let's see what our next step is. Okay, this is just talking about putting in some instruction cards, warning decals. Looks like we may be done with that. Now we're gonna have to put this micro SD card in. Let's put back together. They had a sticker that was in the kit, and I put it right there. If you scan that, it will take you to the Stern website, and you can register for Insider Connect. We'll probably do that last. All right, so we have the QR reader installed right here. I actually like how that looks. I think better because you've got this art that's still visible. Otherwise, we would have this red QR reader right there. And, you know, I don't know. They'll probably come out with something that covers it right there. But that's really pretty sleek looking to me. Almost like the black more. If you remember, this is the card that was there before, so it wasn't too terribly exciting either. But yeah, so we got that connected. We got the playfield back down. We got the glass back on and the lock bar. They recommend doing that. They did also send a sticker right here. I put that sticker up there. It's kind of strange. Almost doesn't look straight. Kind of annoying. All right, so let's install the Wi-Fi connection next is what we've got to do. Okay, the instructions say to install it was a little bitty micro SD card, which went in right here. And then in one of there's 2 USB slots, you put the Wi-Fi dongle. Then it says to turn the game on. So let's see what happens. So we got the service door open. You got the plunger thing pulled out. The instructions, they're pretty detailed right here. Instead of going through this, I think I'll just kind of go through the book myself. When you guys get the installation of this, you can just read through each of the pages. We'll see how easy it is to do that. There's a number of things in there. I went to the website that set this QR code. You just simply scan it with your phone, and it'll take you right to Stern. I think it's Stern Pinball /Insider. But it takes you, that QR code takes you right to the website. What you do is you sign up for Stern Insider Connected, and then it'll give you your own unique QR code. And then you take that QR code, and it's on your phone, and you scan it in right here on the reader. And then what it's doing right now, it's asking me to go and verify that. So let's go do that. All right, guys, that's it. What happens is once you go through the manual here, it will send you an email. You have to log into your Wi-Fi, and it sends you a verification email. And what it does is it actually recognizes that this is a Stranger Things limited edition, and you click on that link, and then it verifies it, and you're ready to go. You can see here the reader is lit up. I think that looks pretty good. I almost think it looks better like that rather than being up here, because I really like that artwork. And then, of course, this over here's got the limited edition signature. And this was the sticker that they gave you. I think that looks pretty good, too. Of course, you got the sticker up there as well. But yeah, that's it. That's how you install one of the Insider Connected, what do they say? How do they call it? Insider Connected kits for a Stranger Things limited edition pinball. I hope that was helpful, guys. That was really one of my first how-to tutorials. Obviously, I need a camera that I can put on a tripod and not just hold my iPhone. So I guess you could help me out if you subscribe and like the video. Who knows? Maybe at some point the channel can make $1. Maybe I can buy a new camera. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.